Hello everybody, Bugsy here. I just wanted to talk to you guys about one thing. I need to go play Neptunia, by the way. I need to go buy the new well, I need to go buy one of the recent Neptunia games and check that out. Because you know what? You know what I'm happy about? That we're just out of the fucking like spin-off jungle. We were in that spin-off jungle for years. We all wanted to go back to game industry, and don't get me wrong, like the VTuber one was good. The one with the ninjas is good. I'm still playing. I'm gonna go back to that and play that. You know, I'm gonna do that. But like I said, I'm getting but like I'm just glad we out of there because now I know that the gold third is back. Keep Sisha, Bisha, all them guys are back, and I'm just like so happy. Because man, I tell you, it was rough for a few years. They did the Neptunia Sister Revolution. We got the fucking CPU candidates in the back in a better role. And yes, I'm gonna say CPU because literally, if you all make jokes about Christian in this freaking comments, I want you to know that Hyperdimension Neptunia was a thing before Christian, and he just grabbed his grubby little hands on it and made it his own thing. Yes, us freaking Hyper Neptunia fans still exist. For those of you that don't know, like, actually play the game. Actually, if you want to be all like, oh, this is what Chris likes. Now, actually, it's actually pretty good. All things considered. I just haven't been playing because, there's so many things I've been playing lately and I just haven't had the time. But yeah, I'm just happy that we're out of the fucking spinoff forest. What I really would like is like something that's like part Animal Crossing, part dating sim. Because we can't do that in Animal Crossing, so I'm like, what if we could do that in a spin-off that everybody would want to play, Or hell, a Super Smash clone, but with everything that freaking Compile and Idea Factory got. That's another thing we can do. We got it. Like, there's enough characters for that, by the way. I would love to see that. It makes me want to concoct a picture of some kind. Maybe I'm working on that. Maybe I'm not. You don't know. But yeah, guys, I gotta say this. This is the second half of the video. I'm gonna lay out my grievances with Super Hedgehog Bros. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some stuff I like about Super Hedgehog Bros, but there's a lot of glaring issues which just make me not want to do Super Hedgehog Bros every day like I used to. Does the characters feel like they don't change, and stuff does happen, and all this other stuff. I have gripes with Amy. I have gripes with how Sonic is. I have gripes with how Amy is, and it's just like annoying. I looked at a little bit of it, and I'm just like, Amy out here talking about let's put emotional flex tape on that. I'm like, Amy, you the last person to be talking about emotional flex tape with your fucking flip floppy ass. Like, God, I don't even want to get into Sonic, but like Amy to me is like the worst Amy I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of Amy's that are good, a lot of Amy's that are bad, a lot of Amy's that are in the middle. I mean, Sonic X Amy is still bad to me because, come on, dudes. I'm still harping about that ghost episode. Like, God dang, that's Amy at her most stupid. Like nothing. Like I'm just saying. And I like Amy. Back in the day when I was a teenager, I didn't because it just felt like everybody just kept forgetting about Sally, and that always got on my nerves a little bit. Doesn't really get on my nerves now, but whenever I see like a Sonic fan doing a snippy like, oh, she's better than Amy, I mean, like like Amy's better than Sally. Amy's better than Sally, and I just sit there and I go, y'all don't even know Sally as a character. All y'all know is the panels that you've seen where Sally slaps Sonic, and you don't even understand the context of that slap or why someone made it, because none of you want to face that truth. Like, how none of you want to face the truth of, like, who made Scourge, which was Ian Flynn. None of you want to do that. No, you can't believe. No, because you can't believe that your precious Ian Flynn made a recolor and made that shit work. None of you. You know what's funny about the like grief that I got for liking the Speed Demon comic? Y'all hate Ian Flynn so much. Y'all love Ian Flynn so much, but y'all know he's the reason Scourge is green in the first place, right? Like, did any of you assholes know about that, or were you just hard going after Kenny Ken? And don't get me started on Kenny Ken. That's gonna be in this video too. But I gotta talk about Super Hedgehog Bros first before we get all up into that. Oh, Kenny Ken. But we'll deal with him in a minute. No real disrespect to the writers. They're probably doing what they think is good. And that's fine, because a lot of you like it, and I'm not faulting you I'm not faulting you guys for liking it. Me, I have a lot of issues with it. Just like, okay, Sonic kind of getting a little close to his parent, like getting a little close to Alina again, which is nice. He's actually learning something, which is hard because I feel like no one in this series learns anything, and when they do, it's like very rare. It's like once in a blue moon. No one ever fucking changes their ways, or everybody else got a vendetta with everybody else. It's annoying. To me, their realism with Sonic, and this is only my opinion, so don't get bent out of shape about it. But I feel like in the grasp of trying to make everything a little bit more realistic, you kind of took away a little bit of Sonic's actual soul to me. Because Sonic's more sarcastic, he's more of a dick, he's kind of vindictive, because I'm still mad about that fucking Black Arms thing where he's just, no, let's not get Shadow. Let me do it. I'm the hedgehog with the obvious PTSD, so I'm just gonna keep bitching and moaning about, like, Shadow and shit. You know, if my characters were in that, probably would slap Sonic on the spot, be like, he'd have just slapped him, he'd have been like, Sonic, could you get your bitch ass over to Shadow's place and get him, you dumb ass, for once in your life. Stop quipping, stop doing your dumb shit. We are literally dealing with an invasion. Do your job, for fuck's sake. Hero Mobius, god damn. Wish that other version of me with the angel wings was here. He'd probably be doing some shit. God damn. Yeah. I wrote a bunch of scenarios because when I see stuff where I see the Sonic act so just a way where Sonic doesn't really act realistic, because to me he ain't acting realistic. That's just him being petty. And Amy literally be out here just like, Sonic probably said that someone's getting married and it ain't her. Probably talking about Sonic and Dexter's wedding. And she's like, oh, we're getting married. It's like, Sonic, I know she'll crash out, but like, Sonic, get some balls and say something to her. Jesus. You want to be with this girl, you should have accepted the fact that she will come at you with her hammer years ago. You wanted this, Sonic, so this is the thing you get with it. Like, fuck, man, that's the chick you want to be with? Accept your fucking fate. Like, Jesus. Like, Amy always does that. Amy always beats up Tails, and you ain't even mad about that. That's another thing. Let's talk about Amy and Sonic and their relationship with Tails and Cream. I swear to God, the one thing I hate about Amy and Sonic as a couple. They will focus on each other and ignore their friends, which pretty much is only like Tails and Cream. Cream's only doing the shit that she's doing because, let's be real, no one had the balls. Not even Mona. Not even Mona, who is like like supposed to be the fucking strong one, wanted to deal with Vanilla. Like, and like freaking Amy just loses her job. I don't even think it's because of Sonic. It's because of let's run down the list, shall we? Whenever Cream actually does need help, and Amy's there, she's either what, on a rampage or focusing on Sonic. When Tails needed help from me, what did she say? Oh, Tails is just whining. It's okay. You know, it's funny. She was making this big statement back like 2 years ago, talking about how Sonic isn't there for Tails and he's struggling. And all I gotta say is like, okay, where were you? Where were you? I'm gonna babysit a mole for like half a year. I ain't even like. Let's be real. I ain't even mad at Dexter for being with Sonya. Let me be perfectly clear about that. I ain't mad about that. Because Amy, when you treat a motherfucker like a kid, of course that dude is gonna want to go. Okay? No one wants to be infantilized. Not even a little bit. That's just weird. And you know, if you like that shit, you like that no baby shit. That is perfectly okay. That's valid. But a regular person is not gonna go deal with that. I felt like Dexter was like, I could literally go back to Amy. Or I could take a chance with this hedgehog that really wants to be with me and actually will treat me like a person. I mean, the answer is clear, but everybody in the chat was like, "Oh, Dexter's wrong for that." I'm like, is he though? And don't even get me started on the chat. Sometimes they will baby like. Okay, Super Hedgehog Bros. For those of you that don't know, it's very chat focused, and people can have donations to like talk to the ask, so the characters can ask the questions, and they can kind of move the story along a little bit. But I swear to God, I ain't never seen a group of people babying Amy so fucking hard. Like, holy shit. Amy went to jail because, she literally attacked Manic. And trust me, Manic deserved it, but I'm not even trying to say that. But, like, when it happened, we didn't know how much of a dick he was. How much of a dick he still was. So Amy, like, just doesn't understand that her rampages are wrong, and she destroyed half the city, right? And like, and she's like crying herself, like, "Mommy, no!" I'm like, Amy, for fuck's sake, you're like 20 something. What the fuck is wrong with you? You busted Sonic out of a jail. I don't even know how much of fucking see, here's another thing about Super Hedgehog Bros. You don't know how much of any Sonic game is canon, because again, in their universe, most of the games are kind of fiction, where some of the stuff happened, some of it didn't. Which I don't know. Like with 06, I don't know if Iblis truly fucking happened or not. Probably did, but I'm not really entirely sure. So SA2 could have happened slightly differently. But what really shows is that everybody's just babying Amy. Like, we're gonna get you out of here, Amy. Like, Amy can't just be in the jail cell and like ruminate on what she's done. Nah, you guys gotta go save her. Yeah, she doesn't get to stay in jail and actually like ruminate and think about what she's done, because y'all save her from consequence. Just the babyfication of Amy, dudes, in real time. And like, I'm pretty open when it comes to whoever Sonic wants to be with. Like, the old me would look at the me now and be like, dude, but what about? And I'd be like, dude, listen, we can't be a dick about that because there actually are good Son Amy fans, and you will find them in the future. But yeah, but if I had to be honest, the Super Hedgehog Bros Sonic 10 years later pretty much shows how Amy and Sonic would be bad for each other. Holy shit! Like I said, Amy be listening to the chat because if they wanna start something to get Amy mad, that's all they gotta do. Like that's a big character flaw that they don't fix. And yeah, it's just like Amy's that, and like you'll believe anybody. Like if Sonic is off saving the day, like the hero that he's supposed to be, like they'll listen. Like Amy will listen to anybody and say like, "Oh yeah, Sonic's out here getting down, getting dirty, tapping alien ass." I'm like, Amy, in what world do you know where Sonic is out here getting alien booty? I was about to say getting alien, getting alien pull. About to say that, but I stopped myself because YouTube would get my ass. But like I said, it's just like it's like in what universe would Sonic even do that remotely? This Sonic was so happy when he so much as got to kiss a girl, which was Percy. And I'm just sitting there going, bro, it's just you're making out with somebody. Chill. Like I'm like, because the way they set it up, I thought like, like in my reaction, I thought like Sonic really, was out here, and I am clapping my hand. I'm clapping the back of my hand. Okay, this ain't what it sounds like. I thought that was going on, but it didn't. And I'm just like, I'm just sitting here going like, Amy, the man is about as emotionally constipated as you are. Like, what the fuck do you think is? What the fuck do you think Sonic is? Like, I know Sonic went away for like years and years and years, but like, at the end of the day, you've seen how he is with other women, and are you not seeing how much of a dorkadoofus he is? Like, oh my god, it's just so stupid. I did like when she kind of told Sonic off a little bit, but at the same time, was it really even earned when he? Okay, not telling Amy that he's going to the Christmas Islands because if I was Sonic, I would have told Amy regardless. I'd have been like, no time. I'd have been like, I'd have been like, if I was Sonic, I'd have been like, you don't get to tell me orders, man. Okay, I'm gonna go tell Amy. I suggest Sonya, you go tell Dexter, and Manic, you don't get to tell nobody because you ain't with anybody. Sucks to be you. See, now that would have been actually pretty good right there because it actually shows that, well, Sonic does like his dad to an extent. He doesn't want anybody else making fun of him. But he ain't gonna be put in the doghouse again because of his own not saying anything to Amy. I know, yeah, that brings tension, but you could say, oh, they still go anyway because they want to see what's going on with them anyway. Because you could still say, oh, well, Sonic says he's going back to the Christmas Islands. Why? What forever for? And they all just go anyway. Amy and Dexter go anyway, and maybe Needle still goes anyway. But I'm just like, at this point, I was looking at it saying, she said emotional flex tape, and I just said, I had to make this video. I'm like, but I gotta say, Amy is like the worst character by far because like, She doesn't grow. She doesn't change. She has the mentality of an actual child in this series. Like the moment Sonic even remotely talks a little bit about, the birds and bees, about about everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sugarcoat it a little bit, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She just goes, ew, 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 like, so I'm just, it's another in the camp of like, Sonic, you really want to be around that? You really want to get with that? You really want to spend your life with that? I mean, at some point, you and Amy are probably gonna, be in the mood. If she wants kids and shit, like, does she know that? Does she know that if you have to make kids, you have to, you have to, you know, like, I'm just like, Sonic still wants to be with this. Like, Amy freaking was delirious on seawater, beat the shit out of Tails, beat the shit out of him. For a minute, he didn't even want to be around Amy, and I'm like, oh no, it's better now because we talked to Neo. And my heart goes out to fucking Neo Metal Sonic in this series, who could turn himself into like kind of an organic being to an extent. Because all he was trying to do was like help them, but like literally they were just being a bunch of asses. Amy was interrupting him. Like, no, bestie, I'm trying to help you. You put everybody on a pedestal, and that's not good. And he's like, he's like, I'm like, I just wanted to be in this. I just wanted to tell this Amy to shut the fuck up so badly. I just had an idea. What if Prime said that, and then like Sonic tries to come up to him. Prime uses his chaos magic and just starts just beating on him, and he's like, "Let me at least talk." God damn, Sonic, you got a jaw made out of glass, boy. You got a jaw made out of glass. Neo would be like, Mr. Bugsy Prime, that wasn't helpful. I know, but seriously, they ain't listening to you any other way. So Prime just starts talking to Amy. I don't know, I might make that into a scenario. Later. I'll think about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something. Maybe I'll make an expansion to the Super Hedgehog Bros universe. My little like tabletop game, Blue Coast and Badniks. Yeah, I might do that. I don't know. I might do that. I'm not even sure. I'm starting to think that might be a bad idea. But honestly, I think the problem is like, yeah, they're kind of going for like it's realistic and the problems they're feeling are realistic, but it doesn't feel like some of them don't even have like any kind of real resolution. It's just they keep going and going and going. We got Silver going up to Tails, going like, you see what Puking Boots is trying to do? He's trying to instigate like shit with fucking Puss in Boots. Which again, how old is Puss in Boots in this fucking universe? Can anybody tell me? I don't know. We're just supposed to accept that Zoe's with Puss in Boots. Okay, fine, but tell me the age, man. Tell me the age. Okay, the human Mobian racism thing, yeah, I can see that. I just feel like Sonic is the last person who helps everybody, right? He's the last person to be racist against humans and Mobians simply because he helps everybody. And I feel like making him lightly racist is kind of, lightly specious or racist, whatever. It's kind of stupid. I mean, yes, he would have anger towards Gunn for imprisoning him. True. But not everybody else. Okay? He'd be on the fence with Gunn a lot. I think that's what the games kind of do wrong when they did Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, Sonic wouldn't help these motherfuckers. Sonic would help these motherfuckers take down the Black Arms, but he would not help him take down Shadow. And don't even get me started on Sonic's relationship with Shadow in this series. Oh my god, Sonic, shut the fuck up about Shadow being part rat. Bitch, you're part rat because your daddy is part rat. Well, part short motherfucker. I digress. I'm sorry. But I really fucking hate that their dynamic. It's really fucking stupid, and it's predicated on the fact that probably Shadow was is a new father and didn't want to really leave his kids. That's why he didn't help Sonic save the world with him. And Sonic being a fucking emotionally stunted chud cake didn't understand. He doesn't understand family dynamics because his family was so broken. I mean, we all can get mad at Shadow for not helping Sonic, but can we really get mad at him if someone in my audience must know what it feels like to have a dad that protects or are a parent themselves, because someone get up in here and just tell the audience what Shadow doing what he was doing was kind of justified to an extent. And don't even get started. And Sonic doesn't even apologize for basically traumatizing Shadow's kids by showing that, because Sonic's uncle Chuck was with Rouge's mother, and they were married for a bit. So they kind of Rouge and Shadow's kids kind of saw Sonic's Uncle Chuck as their grandfather. And then Sonic, getting jealous like a bitch, shows them that Black Doom is their dad, that Black Doom is their grandfather. And I was so mad at this because I don't care if Sonic's under immense duress and just hates Shadow altogether. He would never do this to kids. He would never traumatize a kid. I don't care how angry he is. I don't care if Shadow and Rouge's fucking kids are babies, kids reincarnated. That to me ain't even Sonic. And he don't even apologize. They acknowledge it, but he doesn't apologize because, oh no, Sonic's perfectly justified. He's perfectly justified because he got traumatized. And I don't get the jive. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I mean, I'm not even really gonna get mad about Manic because, it's their version of Manic. I have my own now. Because, I just didn't I do understand Manic has to be the antagonist to an extent. But, because Sonic's family is broken, so we gotta make Manic equally as broken. But my Manic is closer to what he would probably be in canon. Because I do feel like the triplets would probably all just disband, back away from their moms so they can live their own lives. But making Manic into a villainish kind of dick that that is a dude that really can't stop plowing the fields for his own life. It still is kind of justified because this universe, I can kind of see where he's an asshole and why he plays victim. I can see that, but I wanted to make mine because I just wanted a foil against Manic in my videos. And it would be a canon a semi close to canon version of what I would think Manic would be. I got nothing against Manic or Sonya. I feel like with Sonya, her being the town bike kind of made sense because come on, like someone would obviously in Sonic's world want to get down with Sonya for whatever reason. I wouldn't because literally even if I was a Mobian, she got the voice of fucking Fran. She got like the voice of Janice and Fran Drescher mixed together. It's like, oh boy, I really would want to get with that. I'm just like, but cool that they're giving her something. They ain't gonna give Sonic something and Amy something because I guess they're static characters at the end of the day. Because they don't grow. So, like Tails is like growing, and I just wish that they would put Frieza in so we can kind of complete this whole Frieza's the good guy thing. Because whenever I hear Tails say that, I die a little bit inside. Because we all know how fucked up Frieza is. So it's just, I know, like, the whole Turles thing, Turles hitting on Cream was kind of fucked to begin with. But I would like for, like, Saiyans in the chat to be like, I would like a bunch of Saiyans in the chat to be like, we're not all bad, Turles is like an outlier. And a bunch of other stuff, but that, like, it's too late for that. Also, when Rosemary said we don't want them Saiyans in here, which kind of made me think about the things, another racial kind of thing. Well, I'm just like, that's why I started hating Rosemary, because I'm like, bitch, you just, I was like, bitch, you the solo kind of racist, aren't you? Aren't you? Anyways. Anywho. I like Walt and I like Walt and I kind of like Maverick because like they both literally had to deal with Tails' grandma, which is their mother, and she's a fucking crazy ass bitch. Are you just gonna go beat the shit out of Cream? And I gotta be honest, Cream did earn that because she was trying to start some shit. But you guys gotta see it like this. Cream being emo made sense because she ain't never tried to be anything but Miss Polite, Miss Prim and Proper because of Vanilla, right? And she never got to test boundaries. She never got to do anything, really. She never got to be the person where she's getting in trouble for her own reasons. Because Vanilla is so hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on, like, Cream being efficient, polite, and all this other shit, but not letting her be her. So the fact that freaking Sonic and Amy would not help her, and the fact that Amy has hit Cream with her hammer a few times, like, this was bound to happen to begin with, and like when I heard Rosemary go, well, smart kids don't do that. I'm like, yeah, you're one of those people that just be like, you ain't never went through an edgelord phase because you're smarter than that. No. See, when you're a teenager, you like to test boundaries, you like to do shit, you like to fuck up, and that's what you do. Cream never had that. So she's doing it now, and like, everybody's like surprised by it, but I'm not, because like, this is what happens when someone screams for help and no one's around to really do anything about it. Cream literally saved herself and got back at Sonic and Amy for all their shit. Because, like, to me, I don't even know if the creators really intended on this, but, every fucked up deed gets repaid some way. Just not in the way people want. So Amy getting fired made sense to me. None of these motherfuckers actually tried to help her because they're so afraid of Vanilla. I mean, if my characters rolled up on Vanilla, they wouldn't be afraid of her. Prime would actually probably fight her And because this vanilla can fight like his vanilla, they be fighting. Like, hell. Hell, if I really want to be really, like, homestucky with it, probably the closest thing he'd have to a kismesis, to be real. Be kind of fun. She'd be like, I have a husband. Bro, it's like, I don't care about all that. You just hear Prime drop the voice for a bit. You just hear him drop the voice a little bit. It's like halfway. Spade's like halfway his regular voice. Yeah. Yes, I thought about this. But yeah, I could see Vanilla and Prime just throwing hands at each other for that. But like, at least he would do something. No one actually did anything for Cream, man. She had to rebel in silence without her knowing, and then like all Cream wanted was a goddamn disco party. Like just a goddamn disco party. I don't know why I don't know why a 17-year-old would want a goddamn disco party. But fuck me. I don't know what kids that they like. So that's totally on me. I don't know if the writers know what kids like nowadays. That's totally on me. It's totally on them too. But she wanted that, and that didn't happen. So yeah, Cream being the way Cream becoming emo was kind of, Cream being like goth or emo was kind of the way that was gonna go down. I would say Tails is the biggest. I would say Tails is like the biggest change because he's less woe is me. I'm never gonna get girl to, hey, I could do all this shit. I could plan. I could do all this shit, but it's not gonna make me happy. He was a guy that was really out here planning with Amy about fucking but with Percy, and he tells Silver, period point blank to him, if I go after Puss in Boots, it's not gonna make me happy. Like, he still feels the way he does, but he's acknowledging that even if he went and did a plan or tried to break Zoe and Puss up, it's not going to really make him happy. It's not really going to do anything to him. It's not really going to give him what he needs. And it really helped because I think really Mighty helped him a lot. Mighty helped him an awful lot in that situation. And I really did enjoy that because Mighty, it just showed that Mighty actually was actually out here helping him and cared about his well-being, unlike some other two people, Blue Idiot and Pink Idiot, who care about themselves more than anything else in this world. You know? Yeah, those little fights that Sonic and Tails be having, that shit probably rings a little bit deeper than a regular sibling fight. Trust me, I used to have regular sibling fights with my little brother daily when he was like a kid. But that one felt deeper because again, Sonic's just been focusing on Amy and Tails literally saying he doesn't kind of like Amy because of that. But I do also gotta dock points off of Tails because of this whole group, this whole friend group thing. It's kind of dumb. He didn't like Shadow just because of the friend group. Lamoline's not even in the friend group anymore. Oh man, the Shadow and Rouge arc of this fucking series that got me into it. I was just so hooked thoroughly. But I swear to God, looking back on that now, I'm just like, knowing what I know now, it's like, so you say all this shit at a wedding, wedding with Knuckles' wife being fucking pregnant, screaming at Shadow, hoping that he come back. It's like, we're both bad people. That's okay. I'm like, yeah, but This is why you motherfuckers are never really invited to anything for real. Because being bad people doesn't make... Because being bad people just means no one wants to hang out with y'all. Like, when we get into 10 years later, we got fucking Rouge just inviting herself to everything that Amy's doing, and because Amy's too much... Which is weird, because, like, Amy's got that hammer, she got bass in her voice, but when she doesn't have that hammer, and people yell at her, she's like, no, yell. It's like... I don't understand that, because Amy out here was out here beating grown men ass with that hammer. Like, she was out there in the streets, literally in these streets, like literally hitting people. But the moment that hammer was taken away, Amy was like, "No, don't yell." I'm like, okay, that's kind of okay. Hold up, guys. Sorry, folks. My mom came in. What got me trying like these really slimy versions of park rides? It was actually good. But anyways, but like again, Amy out here beating people in the face, literally beating every dude with a pulse because she's on one of her man-hating sprees because she doesn't know how to articulate her actual feelings to people. And I'm just like, if that was one of my female characters, or even one of Prime's characters, they would look at Rouge for like a minute and say, "Bitch, if you so much like, no, you're not invited. You're not a bestie. You're just a person that likes to jump on to things. None of us like you." Or if like Shigo was like literally actually in, like, because like Prime has Shigo as part of his harem. She would just look at her and be like, just green energy. Like, she'd be like, "Get the fuck back, bitch. No one cares." Like, get the fuck back. She'd be like, "This is a vacation between us and the people that want to come. And we don't want you to come." And trust me, Amy can do that. Amy has the actual like capability to do that, but she just doesn't. Opting to be both jealous of Rouge and Sonia's massive Gahanagahoogs, which, I'm like, okay. But I'm like, so you ain't gonna fight for yourself at all? Like when she got the hammer, she's ready to fucking go. But when everybody is like bossing her around, she ain't gonna like pull out the hammer and start whooping ass. No. No, don't yell. You're yelling at me. She does the same thing. It's like, I think we might save the Ken Penders stuff for the next video I do, because honestly, this is a lot. But it's like I don't really like how they did Rouge, because yes, Rouge don't hang out with the characters in canon as much, but they all know each other, which I always thought was kind of stupid in Super Hedgehog Bros, because like they don't all know each other. Like, they saved the world together like a bunch of times, and you telling me they ain't hanging out? Like, okay, Super Hedgehog Bros, do you? But like, it's kind of stupid. I ain't gonna lie. But I like the fact when Sonic brings up Sally, Amy just gets Amy brings up Sally a little bit, and then like it just turns into a fight. I'm like, hey, little throwback to how it was back in the early 2000s when any of us ever said Sally Acorn. I swear to God, it was like the moment we all said Sally Acorn, it was like a war crime against the Sonic Amy fan. It was fucking, it would be on and cracking. You better be ready to fucking type and throw down. You better be ready to go at a moment's notice. That's how I kind of felt. Like there's little, I mean, they probably didn't do that. That was probably not intentional. It was probably just the fact that Sonic was about to, probably get with Sally. Sally gets with Nicole afterwards, and I'm like, normally I'd be kind of sad about that, but I gotta be real. Super Hedgehog Bros ain't my Sonic. That ain't my Amy. that ain't my Tails. That ain't my like that. The other one's kind of like my Knuckles that I write. But none of these characters are the characters I know. They're what happens when you throw them in like the realistic filter, and then you throw a little Seinfeld in there. You throw a little It's Always Sunny in there, and you just kind of go with it. You know, you mix them together, you follow the recipe, you kind of just go for it. And it kind of sucks. I gotta be real with you. I loved doing the reactions for a while, but after a while, I just kind of stopped. I don't know why I don't know how I got kicked out of Discord though. Probably because in every like, probably because in every like middleman report I used to do, it's my way of talking. It's my way of having my characters talk shit because by extension, I'm the one talking shit. But it's just like I want to do Super Hedgehog Bros still, and I want to make it fun, but I just don't want to do it all day every day. There's so many things there's so many things I want to do this year when it comes to these videos, and I've like neglected Homestuck stuff, and I want to do that too, and I want to do gameplay videos again. You know, I want to do all that stuff. I can't do that constantly being beholden to Super Hedgehog Bros. And I don't even get a lot of views on that anyway. That's mostly for me. But if I could say anything, Amy be, like, whenever it's like an Amy-centric thing, I'm just like, oh my god, we're gonna totally deal with this again. I'm totally gonna make the same jokes. I'm gonna be in my character voices, making the same fucking jokes. Wow. Like, it was a struggle the last two ones to actually even get me enough energy to do it. But I did anyway. You know, another thing was like, so the one tiger dude is trying to get with Mona, and like, he was like, it's that easy? And I just wanted, because realistically, what I actually wanted to say out of character is like, yes, it's that easy. Maybe because you have the mentality of a fucking 5-year-old, Amy. Maybe that's the reason. God damn, you listening to everybody under the sun when you hear about Sonic doing something, you don't even ask him. You just fucking get angry. It's like, that ain't normal. If something's going on with Sonic, you confront him about it. Ask him about it. You don't fucking just listen to every fucking person under the sun. Yes, it's easy because, one, the writing stops you from actually doing anything, and then your writers don't even want you to grow. And secondly, you are just so fucking immature. Like, oh my god, you're saying Sonic is, but even, yeah, no, he doesn't get a pass. He's a fucking emotionally constipated wreck like you are. About the same. But I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm just picking and choosing. Tomorrow I'll do one because this is about Sonya and Dexter's wedding, and I'm probably gonna laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, and we're gonna make some fun jokes. But I'm gonna try and selectively choose, and I'll still be watching, of course. But they're not gonna be videos unless I find something funny that I can use. Yeah, you ain't gonna get too many Super Hedgehog Bros videos from me. But I do want to see if like Turles stops Elise's wedding to that other dude, because I want to see that, and you know, Sonic just being perplexed. I'm like, homie, that like 06 better not have happened the way I think it happened in your universe, because even if it did, that means you got with Elise at some point, and you were like, smile, Elise. And y'all probably were kind of close. And if the Iblis shit didn't happen, then she's just a stalker. I want to also, can we fucking talk about Sabrina Cat Pincer for 5 minutes? We haven't seen her since River, like, put her in the fucking hospital. I don't know whether she's gone. I don't know whether she's like recovering or she's shuffled off to the choir invisible because River got bricks in that Sonic doll. Like, you know, like I'm thinking maybe that like River like deboed Sabrina Carpenter, right? Like, Debo walked away from that, but I don't think Sabrina Carpenter did. So I don't know if she's dead or just recovering. They need to freaking we need to pull to that. And don't even get me started on the pork belly back and Tails being all weirdly cryptic. Like, motherfucker, just say you're working on Sonic's fucking chaos sickness, you dumbass. Jesus. Oh, and also, I don't hate Super Hedgehog Bros, but there are some things, I watch it still because I'm kind of like in that soap opera love-hate thing, but I don't want to do videos about it constantly. Like, Super Hedgehog Bros can do something really great that makes me root for the characters, and then it can do something totally fucking stupid that just makes me go, I don't like you guys. I really don't. Yeah, I'm in that soap opera loop. But, it is what it is. Do I hope the Super Hedgehog Bros watch this video? I'm not really gonna try and send it to them because I don't want it to be like I'm just fucking whining for the sake of whining. I'm just like, this is how I feel, and I feel like I just feel like certain things need to be done. You guys need to actually do something with these characters instead of rehashing everything. Making Charming kind of like Manic is kind of stupid because we already got Manic. Give Charming another kind of function. Do something with that. And also, I want to see Dexter and Sonya's like whole like you may now kiss the bride. And I'm telling you, freaky as Dexter and Sonya are, if they ain't kissing and then getting it down like it's a slow jam in front of everybody, I'm gonna walk out. Mid video, I'm gonna just walk out and be like, well, that was not what I expected. Or watch Eggman probably gonna come out, or Team Hooligan. I feel like Fang is totally misused because we only saw him like go after Alina. Like, I gotta be honest. What was Fang even thinking? Sonic was gonna be there. Sonic was probably gonna be there just to save her anyway, because Sonic, through all his shit, he ain't gonna let his mom like get kidnapped or die by Fang. He ain't gonna let that happen. Sonic still got that whole hero thing, and he's not gonna let his mom die. So I'm like, so I'm looking at Fang like, what did you think was gonna happen, my gerbo friend? What the fuck did you think was gonna happen there? While I'm still here, let's talk about the alternate universe where Sonic almost gets with Blaze. I actually kind of like that idea for a minute, and then I found out that Sonic becomes a quivering little pussy because of Blaze's father. And anybody who knows me knows that I made like a scenario where Prime and his crew shows up, and like literally he takes Blaze from this version of Sonic. And I still like that because I coined the phrase Bugsy makes them purr. And I thought I still think that shit is hilarious. But yeah. And Knuckles marries Rouge, and Rouge uses Knuckles, and I'm like, okay, normal Rouge wouldn't do that, but this Rouge, hell yes. Making love for Knuckles is more being a transaction, so she can have the Master Emerald be her power source. And Knuckles kills bitches in this timeline, by the way. Blew up Angel Island, blew up everything that was on Angel Island. I'm just like, God damn. You not only kept him away from his heritage, the only thing the only thing that reminds him of his people, and then you lie to him about the kids that were clearly still shadows in this other timeline. And yeah, just goddamn, Knuckles. Knuckles in that timeline is a fucking murderer. I'm gonna have that Knuckles join Prime's crew though, because like there ain't nothing for him over there. There ain't nothing for him. Uh, if anything, I just feel like at this point y'all need to give Sonic and Amy something to do that isn't the same shit you've been doing. Like, I know it's a little too early in the year to just like throw them into a cataclysm, but something a little bit more like, you know, Amy kind of realizes that she kind of takes people's word she kind of takes people's word wholesale and just kind of goes with it, and she kind of jumps to conclusions so quickly and shit without actually, you know, talking about it, thinking it through, or have Sonic be less snarky. For the love of God, I get it. Sonic's supposed to be snarky. But if you're trying to make him a little bit more like he is in Fleetway, at least Fleetway Sonic at some point, like, literally toned it down for a sec. Like, oh my God. I get tired of that. A lot. And I know that this Sonic is an uneducated fool. He's never been to school. I get that, but like, y'all made him dumb and fucking annoying. Because there are times where he makes sense and you kind of feel for him, but there are times where you're just like, Sonic, shut the fuck up and actually get off your ass and actually do something, man. Shit. You know, it's like that. But I'm gonna get out of here before I get interrupted or anything. This is my video, and this is what I feel about Super Hedgehog Bros as a whole. I feel like there are good things, but there are things that really need to change, like a little bit of Amy's personality, because even some people I talked to in the comments, some of them bounced. Some of them actually really bounced, and I was like, damn. See, even they got tired of it. I mean, it's not really going to make a dent in their channel because they got a lot of people, like, you know, having the memberships and whatnot. So it's not really going to really hurt them. But I feel like you can't keep going on and having these characters be the same. They need to evolve. They need to grow. They need to change a little bit. Because if you want to make it more, because if you're making it realistic as you possibly can, people grow and change, man. They don't get stuck in the same routines all the time. Some people grow, some people change. Some people refuse to grow. Like, maybe have Sonic refuse to grow and have Amy do the same. Probably like that. Because I'm telling you, it's like this show is the most powerful thesis of why Amy and Sonic should not be together in this universe. The most powerful thesis in the world. Alright. I'm out of here. Bugsy is gone. I'm about to go play some Marvel. I'm about to go play some Marvel Rivals. I'll see you guys later. Peace.